it's Laurie. Welcome back to my channel. So today's another school tip Saturday video. Yay! I know you guys love this series. So today I'm back with a new video, and I actually asked you to vote on my last video. So today's video is going to be about learning stuff real fast and memorizing stuff. And in next week's video, I'm going to be doing the other subject I offered you, which was study hacks and a bunch of more memorization techniques and stuff. So those two really go hand in hand. So make sure to stay tuned for next week's video. So today I'm mainly going to cover how to speed up the learning process and learn stuff real fast, and also why we forget. So like little things you can do to keep yourself from forgetting and helping yourself to actually remember the stuff. Next week we'll talk about like some more study tips and stuff to help you be ready for your midterms and finals and stuff. I have new school tip videos coming up every Saturday, and then I have DIYs on Sundays and lifestyle advice on Wednesdays. Alright, so without further ado, let's just get started. So the first tip I have for you all today is to think actively about the material you're working on to keep it in your working memory. So talk about it, ask questions, and really like keep it fresh in your mind. Like try to like revise it or something, or yeah, just think actively rather than passively just reading through your stuff or like just listening and not taking notes or anything. Just be active in your learning experience. My second tip is to be selective. You know how anxiety and stress can be like during exams and everything, how like you feel like you don't know anything, and this can easily be triggered by trying to learn too much stuff. So be selective on what you actually want to learn and memorize, and only focus on the things that you want to learn instead of trying to learn everything, because learning everything is just going to be stressful and probably not going to work. And you're just going to feel overwhelmed, and it's just not going to be helpful at all. Number 3 is to use the spacing method. So it's scientifically proven that it takes a lot less time to learn something if you break it into little chunks. So instead of spending a tremendous amount of hours in a row just trying to learn something, do little study sessions and take breaks in between. It's definitely gonna help. When the learning is spaced out, it just goes so much faster, and recall is way more efficient. Another tip I have for you all is to learn the same material multiple times. And what I mean by that is using different learning methods for every time, because it creates different memories. So like let's say you're reading it, you kind of create a memory of reading it. Then if you hear it in class or something, then you create another memory of hearing it. That's a different memory, and they'll be linked together, but they're different memories altogether. Same goes if you say it. So if you're talking about it or if you say it out loud, it will create a different memory again. So having different memories, like let's say you can't remember what you read, but you will remember what you heard or what you said or something. So try to create different memories for the same things. That way it will be a lot easier to at least remember one of them. Next tip is to translate concepts into images, diagrams, outlines and stuff. Just basically like a study guide, like any way you want to make it, but like just creating a study guide. And if you want me to do an updated study guide video, I would love to do that, because the old one is kind of outdated in my opinion. So I can definitely do that. Just let me know in the comments below. So basically any type of study guide, because when you're creating a study guide, you have to make decisions about what's relevant and what's not. So in your in-class notes or in your textbook or something, you have to actually like make the decision, okay, is this word being on my study guide or not? And making the decision can actually be a memory you're creating, and you have high chances of remembering making that decision. So you will remember putting it on your study guide. So you will remember that fact too. Next tip is to test yourself right after a learning session. So as soon as you learn something, like you've been reading something, kind of test yourself about it, like just self-test and everything. Just quiz yourself or something. It will reinforce the memories. It will help consolidate them. The next tip is a bit random, but listen to baroque music. So listen to something like Vivaldi, Bach, or Cornelli. That kind of music has been scientifically proven to actually put you in a very good learning mood. Like it helps you learn stuff way faster. So check that out. Number 8 is to review stuff every day. So every day, like after school or something, just review what you've learned today. Like whatever notes you've taken, read them again. If you read a textbook, like read your outline if you outlined it and something. Just go back through like what you learned during the day, because there's been a little break since you learned it, and it really helps anchor it into your long-term memory or short-term memory. It helps activate your memories and help retrieving them later on, and it also helps build stronger connections in between concepts. Number 9 is do practice tests and flashcards and stuff. Just self-test yourself like I said earlier. Number 10 is repetition. So just try to do, like flashcard would be a good example, but just like try to learn stuff by repeating multiple times. And if you can repeat it in different ways, like I said earlier, that's going to help too. But just like repeating the same information over and over again will definitely help anchor it in your mind. And I'm not saying like do it like live right now, like do it 20 times, but just like do it a few times now, do it a few times later on today, and then a few times tomorrow morning, and eventually it'll just like sink in. And finally, my last tip to help improve your memory and everything is to consume a bit of brain food, which is like just food that will help your brain a little bit. Few foods that will help your memory are omega-3 fatty acids. You can find them in fish, in some nuts and stuff. That's a big one. Everybody knows about it. But other things that you can eat that will help your memory and just like your brain in general are antioxidants, which you can find in colorful fruits and veggies. They will definitely help your brain as well. And another thing is lecithin, and I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but you can find it in eggs, in soybeans, and in wheat germs. You can just eat that, and that will definitely help you in some kind of way to build a stronger memory. Now, real quick, let's go over why we forget, because that's kind of important, you know, like if you know why you forget, you might be able to fix a few things that will help you forget less. So one of the main reasons why we forget is lack of sleep. So sleep is very important in consolidating memories, so if you want your memories of the day to sink in better, try to get enough rest. So like 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep a night is good. I know during exams there might be like impossible, but it will definitely help, so try to make the time for sleep. It's actually important. Next thing is drug and alcohols. Those impair your memory so bad. They create actual short-term memory deficits, so try to steer clear of those, especially in exam periods and everything. I know you kind of want to like just chill and relax and everything, but that's probably not the best way to do it. Next is unhealthy habits. If you're eating a lot of refined sugar, white flour, MSG, which you can find like in a bunch of Asian foods and stuff, or aspartame and a bunch of other stuff, really, like a lot of processed food will impair your memory and everything. They just fill you with bad stuff and make you feel drowsy and don't help your brain at all. So try to steer clear of those, especially during exam time. Try to go for the brain food instead, and that should help a little bit. Next is anxiety and stress. Like obviously we can't control that much. If you want a video on that, I would be happy to make one on how to deal with like exam stress and everything. That could be a big thing that would force you to like forget stuff because you're just too stressed about it, and you will just like forget everything. So that's really bad. And I think it actually deserves an entire video, so I'll probably do one. Next thing is negativity. So if you're really negative and you're like, oh my god, I can never learn all that stuff, or like I'm not good enough, I suck at this, blah blah blah, all those negative thoughts actually are like self-made prophecy. They actually become true because you're saying them. So try to be positive and like forget about all the negativity, and you're probably going to see a bit of improvement. Next is interference, and by that I mean when you have new materials, sometimes it will make you forget the older one, or if your brain is just too crowded, you know, like during finals you have so much stuff to learn and your brain just becomes overcrowded and you're just like, I can't take it. Also distractions. So like if when you were studying and everything you were like watching TV or like really distracted by other things, it might help you forget stuff. Or continuous studying without breaks. So if you study for hours without taking break, it might actually be counterproductive because you're just cramming stuff into your brain and you might actually end up forgetting even more than you normally would. And the last one I have on my list is lack of effort and attention. So that really comes down to discipline, you know, like you have to do the work and you have to force yourself to do it. But if you're not attentive to whatever you're doing, like you can read without really reading, or like sit in class without listening, that's also very counterproductive. And like if you don't put the efforts, you're not gonna learn, you know, like there's no secret recipe. You actually have to work to get the grades. So yeah, so those were all my tips for today. One thing I really want to stress about memory and everything is like it's impossible unless you have like perfect recall or something to remember everything. There's a really sad memory curve that's like something like here's everything that you learned today, and then hours go by and it really does this. So you only retain a very small amount of the information that you actually process. at a certain time of the day. So those are a few tips to help you like retain a little bit more, but honestly, try to be realistic. Like, there is no way you will remember absolutely everything that you read this morning or something. So keep that in mind and don't be too harsh on yourself. Like I said, stay positive, you know, like as long as you put the efforts in, it should be rewarding. So those were all my tips for today. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you want to see more school tips Saturday videos. They'll be coming whether you want it or not. I still have a lot of tips for you all. I actually want to start doing something for my school tips Saturdays because I get a lot of comments and like they're my most popular videos. So I want to do a comment of the day on my school tips videos. So I will do it today even though I didn't tell anyone I would do it. So I will go on to last week's video and pick up a comment and I'll put it here and I'll read it and answer it and whatever. So if you haven't watched last week's video, it was on how to stay focused and concentrated in school and while studying. So I'll link it down below. So comment of the day for today is Marika Forlish, I hope I said your name right, that says, I love your study videos, smiley face. I always rewatch them before studying. ... Yep, ... I know, I'm crazy, ... I love you, heart kisses from Slovakia. Oh my god, love you too. And this is actually really funny because sometimes I watch my videos too when I'm studying. Like, I'm like, what did I give as tips for people? Like, I should rewatch it and see if I can take the advice for myself. But yeah, so thanks for commenting, and if you want to be featured in next week's video, just comment down below and you might get picked for the comments of the day and everything. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that jazz. I've been as active as I can on there, and I love talking to you guys over there. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I have a new School Tip Saturday coming up next Saturday and 2 more videos until then. So yeah, thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!